Welcome back to the long-awaited episode 5 of Social Media Beasts. It's been such a long break that, I think an introduction would be in place. My name was Joonas. On my left side, here's Steve. And on my right side, right side,
right
Duane.
hand. Duane.
Benjamin.
Duane Benjamin, yes.
That actually,
yes.
that's an important detail. Stick around, so we will kind of give you away what's the significance of the Benjamin name here. You might guess already at this point, but we will get back to you, which is actually now, because that's the first on our list.
We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Right now.
Short music video.
Exactly. So, like you've seen, Benjamin Peltonen grew up, at least in most parts. That sounds dirty. I apologize.
I don't understand. Can you explain it?
Yeah. Let's try that again. Benjamin Peltonen, as you've seen on the magazine and all the channels and news outlets, Benjamin Peltonen did do a photo shoot that included a bunch of that was a big controversy from a guy who took selfies before and is kind of known for the teen idol, and he went kind of the adulthood with one big throw. What do you guys think? You saw it?
Yeah, well, I mean, let's have a shout out for Benjamin, because he is amazing on Instagram. Let's face it. He's done a fantastic job, like best in Finland, probably hands down.
Yeah.
It's his team.
Yeah. His team, great team. Yeah.
And he beats a lot of the brands, the bigger brands.
He's the biggest on
Absolutely.
Instagram, I think, in the country,
Yeah, that's
I
ridiculously
guess it
awesome.
wasn't too long ago that he was more or less unknown. So he's really exploded onto the scene via social media more than anything.
Yep.
So amazing. Great job.
What's the count at the moment? Do you guys know?
Slots.
It's a lot. We're talking about millions.
What data do you want to know?
Followers.
How many followers has he got? 150,000 on Instagram. Average 30,000 likes a day.
Yeah.
Since a few months ago, 2.2 million likes.
Right on.
Something like that. 130,000
Oh.
comments. And comments are, a bit fiddly to write on Instagram, so people have to really want to do that to write them. So.
Have you seen any kind of brand interference here? Have brands picked up on the fame of Benjamin Peltonen? Has there been a change in his pictures? I haven't seen.
Not yet.
Well, you know what? Brands are usually the last ones to figure this kind of thing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, the reason it was picked up, that particular photo that you mentioned with him lying there with his top off and his hands over those two lovely young ladies' bottoms, then it was a great excuse for the mainstream media to pick it up.
That's right.
To pick up on that. That's exactly the kind of image that propels that kind of person into the news. Because a regular selfie, they don't need to show it.
Exactly.
This is a kind of statement image, and I'm not sure whether it was completely on purpose, but it was a good idea, whether it was or it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
That goes back to the provoking. That's one of the methods of getting a lot of engagement, and I think Benjamin is doing it.
Yeah.
Well, brands have a lot to learn from Benjamin as well. He just does everything well. I mean, if you want to learn how to do Instagram, go and follow Benjamin, basically, and check out what he does,
And the one thing that he does, his Instagram account does, which they do a lot better than any of the brands, is that they really know their audience.
Yeah.
They know what their audience likes. They don't even need. They've done so much testing. They don't need to guess, and they are really in tune. And most brands, even though they like to think they are, it's very rare to find a brand that really, really posts stuff on social media that is in tune with what their audience wants.
Yeah.
That's a good actually kind of bridge to the next topic, which is YouTube ads. And we were talking about not knowing your audience, and this comes kind of back to it. Steve had a good story about your kids using YouTube and they get insurance commercials.
Right, yeah, so YouTube now, I mean, not a big fan of leaving kids in front of YouTube, obviously, but sometimes I do. Anyway, but when you put them in front of an hour of Peppa Pig, you expect them not to be bombarded, maybe unrealistically. This expectation isn't quite, a realistic one. But they get adverts for insurance, life insurance or whatever. And of course, what do? As soon as an advert comes up, they think the thing's got broken. And so now I've taught them, okay, when this comes up, it's an advert. The program hasn't stopped. You just have to wait, or you have to click this skip button. And now when the advert comes up, they say, advert, and I have to run over and click. But that's a case of, it's bad targeting. Well, I don't want to see any adverts for insurance when I'm watching Peppa Pig.
Well, let's face it, YouTube ads are broken. It's an old traditional model that's in the wrong place.
Just forcing this.
You're intrusively forcing people to watch your video to a generation of people who have not been brought up with that. Okay, if it was to us, brought up with TV, well, we're used to the 30-second ads or the 2 minutes of ads, and we go away and go to the toilet or grab a coffee or something. When you're looking at YouTube, you are clicking on content that you want to look at now, and you're being forced to watch a brand message. And how does that make people feel? Well, I've seen teenagers when they are showing videos to their friends on their mobile devices, and they're literally like this. Go away, click on the skip, and they do stuff like that. Well, I even know people that specifically make a note of who that brand was that interrupted their viewing, and say, right, boycotting them. So, this is the difference between the traditional stuff for the older generation and the new generation who hates it and doesn't understand it.
Now, if you're a content producer, you have an active YouTube account in that you're producing a lot of content, would that be something to consider that block the ads? Is that giving a better experience for your audience? You go on your YouTube, you know that you're going to be guaranteed a non-ad video. Is that something to consider?
Well, the thing is about adverts, and the thing I really strongly believe about adverts, is when they are well targeted, when you see an advert for something you want, you don't mind. If I'm watching a video about a new World of Warcraft game or something like that, or a new World of Warcraft add-on, and I get advertised that World of Warcraft add-on, to me, that's perfect. That's if I'm looking at style videos, which I'm clearly I don't, but and they advertise me some stylish clothes or some brands that are of the moment or tied into the kind of thing that I would want, fantastic. But how often do you see that on YouTube? Hardly ever. Sometimes you can't even skip those adverts.
It's really bad. It can only improve, but I still think it's a bad thing to do. Really, for your brand, don't do it. Don't buy the YouTube ads. Do something else.
And what a lot of advertisers haven't picked up on is that people can skip, right? They can skip after, is it 4 seconds? 5 seconds?
5 seconds, yeah.
So you have 5 seconds. That's your pitch. That's your advert. 5 seconds before someone skips, because the default action for most people, well, I'm going to back that up, is skip. I want to skip. And someone interestingly said the other day on my Twitter feed, hey, I finally saw a really good YouTube advert, and the content within the first 5 seconds was really compelling. It was by Google. So, they're the only ones who can get it right, the people who actually own the platform. So
that was something.
Well, you're right. Perhaps most of the problem right now is that people don't know how to advertise on YouTube. And they're going to put their traditional TV ads on there.
Exactly.
And you get 5 seconds of some music. You don't even know what it's about. All you know is you want to skip it and get to your content.
That's kind of... I was listening to this podcast the other day, and it said that they have, in average, 5 to 7 seconds to compel to whoever lands on your profile. So that's kind of like, could that be a mental shift that you recognize those first seconds as your most important elements, no matter the platform?
Of course.
Like you pin your tweet on top that has been the most engaged, and you want a message to your audience that this is all I'm about. And same with the ads. Use those seconds carefully. And make your pitch into the first seconds. And kind of think on step ahead. What happens when they land? What happens when they see this first tweet? What happens after that? And so on. It's kind of like there's a lot of opportunities, and the traditional way is not the right way.
Well, I better know what happens. The brand goes to the media buying agency and buys a whole bunch of ads, and the media company buys it for them, and I bet they get zero analytics back. They have no idea how many people have clicked skip. They have no idea about anything, basically.
And even if they do know, what do they present to the actual brand. You know, they present the top line figures that flatter them the most, which is always the way with agencies, advertising agencies. Of course, they're going to do that because they're going to provide the analytics that looks the best. And why should the brands know? And the brands should know what analytics they should be following, what metrics they should be following, but they don't. You know, realistically, they don't. They don't on social media. They definitely don't on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, so
it's the reach or the likes that they, which is not theoretically okay. It's okay, but in reality, it offers you any value. You know, only when you start getting that engaged. And the engagement. You guys probably heard about the new change in Facebook that you can no longer like-gate anyone. This basically means that you have to earn the likes with good content instead of blocking your visitors from your page before they like your page.
And this is a fantastic change because it doesn't rely on people like us telling you, please don't do this like-gating, please don't force people to like your page, because now you can't do it. And it's the best thing that could have happened to your brand, basically. You can't force people to like your page. Yes! You're going to get people that actually like your brand to like your page now. Perfect! It's going to be smaller numbers. That's what you want. You want a smaller, engaged community. You don't want a huge, non-engaged community. So this is really good news.
In the years gone by, you know, you've seen this like arms race for likes on the page. You know, how many fans have we got? How many fans can we get? And now, the bigger brands, the ones that are ahead of the game, they've realised, oh, this is useless, let's stop doing this. But the other wave of you know, small, medium-sized brands or whatever size they are, but who aren't really up to date, they're still doing that. I still see competitions. I saw a competition 2 days ago. Win this pair of headphones if you just like our page and share this post. I mean, it's awful. It's complete waste of time and money, and it annoys people on Facebook. So this news where you can't like a page with some incentive is perfect.
Brilliant.
I mean, it's overdue. It's a small step, but it's a good move for Facebook, for Facebook users.
Yeah, and I suppose the good news for brands out there is still want to incentivize people to like their page. Well, you can still advertise on Facebook for it and do it wrong, and you can still screw it up if you want to. So
true.
You can do it another bad, slightly worse, a slightly less bad way if you want to. But,
so what's our beastly advice on just the brands who now are realizing that, you know what, this is the wrong way, we want to start moving towards the right way?
Well, I've got a good case for you. What about Iltalehti? It's a Finnish tabloid. They have about 170,000 likes, out of the active population on Facebook for Finland is about 2 million, 2.5 million. So you're like, okay, we've almost got 10%, maybe 7 or 8% of total Facebook population. They regularly hit 1 million reach by posting the right content through those fans that are actually engaged and like their content and share their content. And for example, Jani Sarako is quite a well-known social media guy here in Finland. He likes every brand's page that's been produced ever, except all the news agencies. And you know why? Because he says, well, I get all my news from all the people that are sharing the important stuff. I don't need to like the page. I'm going to get it seen by some of my friends, and I'm going to trust it more.
Right on.
So that's what you want. You want a smaller, activated audience, and the rest will come virally.
Yeah.
In terms of news, there's a small section of people who will read all the news and be determined to share that information with you. So that 170,000, that includes those people. But the rest of the Facebook population is already getting the news, and it's not just delivered by the brand, it's delivered by their friends. You share a news story, you like a news story, you comment on a news story, and I think, oh yeah, you like this one, and it's interesting to me because we share the same interests, and that's why I see it. And that's much more valuable than a brand showing it to you, than a brand showing you a news story direct.
Right on. Okay, the last point. This weekend on Saturday, 16th of August, there's a big event happening in Hartwall Arena. It's called Tubecon. So basically, this is a massive happening around the YouTubers. What?
Yeah,
YouTubers. Yeah. And it's a big old get-together. So if you're interested of seeing who's on top, who knows what they're doing, and want to have some fun, check out Tubecon on Hartwall Arena this weekend on Saturday. I'll be there
Yep.
I think Steve will be there.
I'll be there.
Twain will not be.
I will definitely not be.
Yeah. So find us if you see us, say hi. And I think this is a wrap for this week's episode.
Yeah, all right.
I tell you what,
everyone.
10 points for anyone who can guess what the background video is. So send us a message on Social Beast, and you get 10 points if you get it right.
Oh, yeah, good. It's good.
We'll carry over those points over the whole season.
Yeah.
Whoever gets the most amount of points will get some sort of fantastic social media related gift.
Yeah. They will win the internet.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Exciting.
And you don't have to like our page.
Yeah.
We don't even have.
But you can if you like. Oh.
Yeah. But we'll see you next time. Hopefully, the next time will be sooner than the last time. What we was like months and months.
No more big breaks.
No more big breaks.
See you next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next week.
Should we give a shout out, a beastly shout out to someone? Let's see.
Benjamin Pellett and his team.
Yeah, all right. We went to
done.
a country this time.
Exactly. Big old shout out, you Benjamin Pellett.
Thumbs up from me.
Yeah, exactly.
If only we could do it here.
Yeah.
That wasn't quite
What we should show them, and not thumbs up. Thumbs up is on YouTube. They're on Instagram.
Oh, bums up. Yeah.
They're on Instagram. They need hearts because we like.
Oh, yeah.
We like their content.
All right.
I'm really bad at the heart.
Yeah.
I think there's a heart.
Right on, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 extra likes there for you.
See you guys.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.